Hi, Aries, and welcome to your August love reading. And right away, Aries, the energy that's coming through on your cards is that you are maybe possibly going through a separation or a breakup. So if this resonates, please stay for the reading and remember, take only what resonates and leave the rest. So, Aries, the energy that's coming through is with the fragmented card here, Aries. As you can see, the energy is all over the place, and there's a piece missing from her. So, with this card, Aries, it feels like you are feeling emotionally scattered and you're trying to hold yourself together. You can see her, she's got her hand here and she's trying to hold herself together. So, that's the energy that I'm picking up with this card, that there's pieces of your energy, Aries, that are still tied up to this connection that we're going to be talking about. So if you're going through a separation, this definitely tells me, you're just trying to keep it together, emotionally trying to keep it together. It does look like you are going through some deep pain because the overall story here is that you have a very deep connection with this person. With the dark thoughts, next, we have the dark thoughts. And with this card, Aries, it appears that your mind is really occupied. It appears that perhaps this situation is all that you can think about at this moment. And perhaps you've been replaying old conversations with this person, thinking about how did this happen, what happened, how could it have happened. So your mind is really occupied with everything that has happened in the past. And it looks like, judging by the state of the emotion, it feels like this is something that is currently happening or just happened recently. But it feels very new to me because your mind is completely tied up. And if you can see, if you take a look at these cards, both of these cards, you can see the storm. You can see the storm in the back of the cards, Aries. So this definitely tells me that, you guys went through a storm, you went through a really hard time. So there is still a lot of pain and a lot of connection with the two of you. And I think that overall, you're just kind of asking yourself, is this relationship really over? Um, but we're going to be getting to that. Next, you have the call, admire, and signs. With the call card, I think this very much confirms the conversation needs to take place here between the two of you. But this can also mean that you're waiting for the other person to give you a call. You're waiting for them to take lead in this connection because perhaps you're just too emotional to do it and you're waiting for the other person to call. However, a conversation does need to happen. Then you have the admire card. With the admire card, this really tells me that this is a very deep connection. And as you can see, it says telepathic love here, an emotional bond. So I really feel like this is a card that tells me where you're both thinking about each other. Okay. So you're both thinking about this connection. And this really confirms that this is a deep emotional connection that you had with this person. Then you have the signs card. The signs card also talks about telepathic connections and dreams. Perhaps you're dreaming of this person. Sometimes when we have a very strong connection with another person, we start to have dreams about them. So, and then if you can see, this also says this is a spiritual contract. So this tells me this relationship, this wasn't like a fast physical connection type of relationship. I think there was a lot of love in this connection. I think this connection felt like it was spiritually guided for you. At least that's how you feel. Also, Aries, you have the Two of Swords, the Lover's card, and the Judgment card. And as you can see, Aries, the Two of Swords is directly beneath the Call card, which means to me that someone wants to speak, okay? Someone wants to speak, but there's an indecision. There's an indecision. So it could be this person or it could be you, Aries, but someone wants to speak. However, there is a block. As you can see, this is an unblocking. So it could be currently that there's a block, like a literal block where you guys may have blocked each other on your phone. But with the Two of Swords, it tells me there's a decision that needs to be made, but there is a block happening. And I really think this is mostly an emotional block, okay? Where this person is not feeling sure of what's gonna happen if I call, or how is this conversation gonna go. The Two of Swords is about making decisions. So definitely someone wants to speak, but they may not know what to say. With the Lover's card directly beneath the Admiration card, I think this is just another confirmation, Aries, of what a strong connection this is that you have with this other person. And again, this is not a one-sided connection, Aries. This person, their energy is definitely tied to yours. They're also feeling this, okay? They're also feeling like they're thinking about you. They want to contact you because this is a deep connection. So, this is a connection that really mattered to both parties. Next, you have the Judgment card. So, with the Two of Swords, the Lover's cards, and the Judgment card, Aries, I really feel that a decision needs to be made, and I think a decision will be made. And the Judgment cards also talks about also ties in beautifully with the Discovery card. Okay, with the Discovery card, this is someone, as you can see in the picture, they're looking up, they're studying this piece right here, and they're seeing things that they haven't seen before. Okay, and that's what the Judgment card is as well, right? It's a decision that needs to be made. You're being called on, right, to reflect. You're being called on to have a moment of clarity. So overall, Aries, it looks like you're dealing with someone who is just as deeply emotionally connected to the relationship as you are. And definitely a conversation needs to happen. So, what I can pick up from this reading is that, yes, a conversation is going to happen. I think you guys are going to have a chance to express your feelings. Now, I can't guarantee a reconciliation, Aries, but from the cards, it definitely looks like this is not the end of the relationship. A conversation is going to be taking place. That's all I have for you today, Aries. I hope you found this reading to be helpful. If you did, please hit like and subscribe. Thank you.